Good morning, y'all. It's Andrea here at VW Family Farm. I am on my way out to milk this morning, taking you guys with me. Pepper's barking and running. It's a beautiful day out here. I am actually feeling pretty good. Thank you for all who have reached out for your prayers and your thoughts. Still waiting to find out some answers, but I'm just thankful for good days. So I'm going out to milk. It's a pretty exciting day here. I'm actually going to get up these two milk cows that are up here at the house that I'm milking right now here after a while, and I am going to preg check them. If you're interested in learning how to preg check a cow, maybe you have a cow, maybe you want one in the future, something like that, it is the cheapest and really easiest way, although the messiest way, to find out if your cow is bred. Maybe you're not ever interested in preg checking a cow, and that is okay too, but we're all gonna find out together if Miracle is gonna be a mom again. But first, I gotta get them milked. All right, Marvel's always first. And I've not been getting a whole lot of milk out of Marvel, which is unusual. And Lane looks out yesterday and Miracle is sneaking around and nursing her when she's not looking. Miracle. Miracle. You ready for your turn? You ready for your turn, girl? Switch places. Switch places. Come on, Mir. Good girl. And then Miracle's full as a tick because she won't let anybody nurse hardly. She's full. Cow's milk, check. Alright, so there is 3 different ways to what they call preg check a cow, which is just what it sounds like. We're checking for pregnancy. Some people will do this to the entire herd. We're just doing this to a couple of my milk cows today. We may get to the point where we preg check everybody. There's benefits to that. You can do that to see who bred back and who didn't. You might not want to hang on to those who didn't breed back because calves equal money in the cattle business. So people do it for different reasons. And then if they're what they call open, meaning they didn't breed back in the amount of time they had the bull in there, they can go in and AI them, artificially inseminate. People will put a bull back in sometimes to have another late crop of calves, or to just get those cows bred that didn't breed the first time to haul them to a sale. There's all different types of reasons that people want to know if their cows are pregnant. So there's 3 different ways at least that you can preg check your cows. 2 of them are a little more expensive. One of them is ultrasound. There are a lot of people these days that have ultrasound machines for their cattle, and it's just what it sounds like. They perform an ultrasound, they can see it and know that there's a baby in there. We're not doing that. We don't have an ultrasound machine here. Another way is a blood test through your vet. So you can do that. Of course, you have to pay for that. The way we're going to do today is called rectal palpation, and we're literally I'm going to put my hand in there and feel for a baby. It's messy, you're liable to get dirty and stinky and messy, but it's cheap and it's easy, and you can immediately know, if you know what you're doing, that there's a baby in there or not. So we actually put the bull in with these girls at the end of July, so you can figure it up. They're about probably at the most 90 days bred, so that is perfect timing. Even if they're not quite that far along, that's still perfect timing. You can feel for a baby, you can feel their uterus. Actually, it's something to really wrap your head around, because you're actually going in their rectum, but you can feel through the thin layer that's between their rectum and down in there where the baby would be. You can actually feel the baby. So it's pretty cool. But to do this, you need some sort of device to restrain them. We're using a squeeze chute with a head gate on the front. So really the only equipment we are going to use is our arm. We're going to use some lubricating gel to make this more comfortable for the cow, and then we're going to use these are special gloves that are like for doing this or for AIing or things like that. They come all the way up, so I'm going to be putting this on. Now you can do this on either arm that you want to. I'm going to be doing this on my left arm. I'm right-handed, but for some reason it just feels more comfortable to me to use my left arm. So you're going to get a bird's eye view. I'm going to show y'all exactly what I'm going to do. All right, so you're gonna make kind of like a wedge shape. You're not just gonna put your fist in there. There's times I've had to do that, like when a cow prolapsed and I was trying to push things back in there. But for palpating or AIing purposes or something like that, you're gonna kind of make a little bit of a wedge, and you're gonna just, as gently as you can, slip your hand in there. Now, there's gonna be poop in there. This is their rectal tract. It is gonna be poopy. You better pull your hair back. Don't wear your best clothes. It could get messy. All right, now like I told you, we are going in the rectum. So you're just gonna start sliding your hand in there. This is gonna almost kind of like paralyze them. So they're not gonna move around a whole lot, but be prepared in case you get one that decides to. And you're just gonna have to work your way in there. They're gonna start contracting because they don't like your hand in there, obviously. And when you're about a couple feet in, so I'm getting close, you're gonna start feeling downward for like a cylindrical shaped, kind of like, it's kind of like a Coke can with ridges is what I'm gonna describe it as. And that's gonna be their cervix. Of course, that's gonna be in a different track, which we're not in, but you can feel down through there. And that is what we're feeling for. That tells us we're getting pretty close. Okay, so I found it. What you want to do is find the cervix, which is only probably, like, I found it probably about part way, maybe to my elbow. I'm gonna go ahead and go out. So I found it probably about there. At that point, I wish someone had described to me in detail what I was feeling for at that point. It's almost like you drop, and I know my arm is nasty, but if you're wanting to learn how to do this, you will appreciate the description. But it's almost like you fall off a cliff down in there, and then if there's something that's like kind of bouncing around, and I actually took some agri classes in college just for about 5 minutes, but we actually did this there, and they said if you like touch it and it kind of bounces, it's almost like a basketball or something bouncing. This calf is not that big at this point. This calf is probably the size of probably like a cat or something like that, maybe not quite that big, but I definitely could feel it. So Marvel is definitely bred. Now we're gonna move on to Miracle. She can be real sassy.
Hey, You gotta reenact his.
It's actually on your face.
Alright, let's compare his reaction versus yours.
Oh, I don't know if I got my mouth or if I can smell it or. Oh.
It's on. Tell the people what happened.
She farted and sprayed. I just want to get home before I puke. I feel my tail. I feel my tongue swelling.
Now look at all that loveliness.
Okay, let's do this.
Send a video and go fake it going like
One video.
Miracle kicked. Hold on. Just kidding.
Okay, it's right here, Mom. Yeah, you got it.
and then
It's
on your
like
forehead.
directly center of your forehead.
I gotta say, it does smell bad.
Right here. Yep, you got it.
You feel something?
Pretty sure I found it.
Found a baby.
I think so.
Is it as big as marbles?
I think it's bigger. Hey,
Hey,
guess what?
what?
We're having a baby!
Do what?
Ben, Miracle is pregnant.
Miracle's pregnant.
Miracle is pregnant!
That's good.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. How far along is she?
Not very.
Not very.
Well, that turned into a nasty mess, but the good news is I think they're both bred. I cannot wait for these girls to have their next babies. It will be so exciting. They will not be due until May, the beginning of May or after. So they're not very far along. So you can do what I was doing and actually feel for a baby, which is pretty small at this point. You can feel for their uterus to be like odd shaped, because that means the baby is like sitting on one side more than the other. You can feel for the uterine artery, which you can feel a heartbeat in if they're pregnant. So there's several different things you can feel for. I'm not experienced enough to feel for anything other than the baby. So I just try to find, like I said, at this point it's pretty small, but if you wait until they get very far along, they fill up a lot of the space in there, so it even becomes more difficult. It's actually easier when they're not super bred to go in there and know what you're feeling. So you might wonder, why are we breeding Miracle when she had trouble the first time? Well, there's a couple things. That is not uncommon what happened to her, for that to happen to first-time heifers. And in fact, this time she is still considered a heifer until she delivers this second calf, and then she's considered a cow. So we will be keeping a very careful, close eye on her. We actually have big plans and hope to bring it to you guys, hopefully live, when she has her next baby, because we just feel in our heart of hearts it's going to be successful this time and it's all going to work out. So, and also, just because she had trouble the first time does not mean that there's anything wrong with her or that she should be cold or anything like that. On our farm, we always give them a second chance, and that just happens sometimes. So we don't cull every first-time heifer that has trouble. So thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for going through that. It's a little bit of a nasty process. I hope that gives you insight into some things that farmers go through, cattle farmers, and I hope you learned something. And the exciting news is Miracle is pregnant. So we will see you guys on the next one. It's such a bright spot in what can sometimes be a dark world. New life here on the farm. So we will see you guys on the next one. God bless.